Hello, hi Feliday. Well, yes, there was a miscommunication. Um, I rewatched the video because I thought I said in the beginning Social Security in the U.S. specifically because I know that term doesn't mean the same everywhere. I didn't know that what we would call welfare you call Social Security. I didn't know that or forgot it or whatever. And I thought that I had mentioned retirees in the context throughout, but I saw that now, after saying Social Security in the U.S., there were long periods where there was no indication I was talking about retirees, though I did talk about retirees throughout. And for my part, I believe anybody that you're going to put on a fixed income should have access to a fixed economy of some sort as well, or else it doesn't make sense. Fixed incomes don't work in capitalist growth economies. That's just the way that goes. Um, but considering that you also know now there was a miscommunication, and I thought you were talking about retirees, I thought you understood the retiree thing, um, and had just put it back to this general issue. That does justify that. Hello, I'm talking about something else. Okay, it was a miscommunication. Um, on the other hand, then you say your position is the same. So to me, it's the same thing. These people now you're saying, oh well, we're retirees. Um, you know, they have to be an example. Their failure in the street, say, that's an example for their gambling. But that's not how I see it. Why shouldn't they? If they have a nest egg, see, they have already invested in the social infrastructure. They already have their share of the safety net, right? If they have a nest egg on top of that, yeah, they can gamble that to get more, and with the risk of falling down to the part that they can't gamble away because it's part of the social fabric. Okay, but when there's a miscommunication, you can't just say, "Why did I get this reaction?" Right? Because um, you know why. You're talking about incentivizing retirees. You know, and I said Social Security in the U.S. I mean, that's as much your thing then to look, because I said in the U.S. I'm talking about the Social Security in the U.S., which is a retirement system. You didn't know that. That's what led to that. On the other hand, I apologize. I wouldn't have reacted that way had I known for sure that that was the misunderstanding. I thought you were simply drawing equivalency and having a knee-jerk reaction against any kind of social idea. And to a degree, you are. Um, you're still saying that. What about this guy with the nest egg that he gambled it? What about the guy with the nest egg in his retirement? What about there are people in Enron that had $1 million, $2 million to have a very nice retirement. They lost it all. You know, they have to be the examples too, just along with the people that use their nest egg on something else. There's just a certain amount of uh, that investment in their retirement that is social. It goes into the social fabric. The social fabric then ensures that they have a decent living. Sustenance plus some comfort. You know, and not luxury. It's not like we should subsidize retirees to go to five-star resorts, but they should be able to have some money to do a little bit of travel, and they should have public infrastructure that allows them to get to parks and sort of the sustenance level recreation that the society provides by having parks, public pools, libraries, education even. And your action still looks a little bit like incentivizing, whereas what I think we're doing is designing a system that works for the survival of the species, and sort of a moralizing system. And then also, there's so many rich people that screw people over. Oh, and they're fine. There's no incentive. We're not worried about incentivizing them to treat people better. They got their nest egg. They're good. No, I just don't see it that way. And in the end, you're still rejecting the idea of some sort of pretty callous idea that people that don't have a chance to really to get back on their feet economically, whatever the reason that they're using the safety net, um, that somehow they should be held out to an example. So, they can't be rehabilitated. We're just saying let them live shitty, specifically so that our young people can watch them live shitty. And that creates a shitty society, and a society where people are taught you don't help someone in a hard way, even if they had a productive life, contributed to the society you benefit from. Too bad. They didn't do proper money management. And anyway, we will get back into this probably as I go into how I believe that young able-bodied people, what kind of a social safety net they should have, and how that relates to how we do bailouts and other things. But I'm sorry if you felt, that I was too, that my attitude was not appropriate towards you. But I think, considering what was going on relative to the misunderstanding, it does make sense. You said we need to, from my perspective, to communication on my side, you said that retirees need to be incentivized to work. Now, it turns out you weren't really saying that, though you did in this last video. So, with respect to that, I understand why, that wasn't a response appropriate to your understanding of what you were saying. But when you're going, I don't understand why you responded that way, you need to make that calculation from my side of the misunderstanding, where I had said Social Security in the U.S., which is a retirement program, we don't have the kind of Social Security you're used to. In the U.S., you have to, you could get maybe food stamps as an individual. You're not going to get any cash allowances. You won't be able to live just from the food stamps. They just supplement. And you have to have kids to get any kind of allowance, which is kind of ridiculous. You're incentivizing kids. I don't like having kids. I don't like the social system that we have in place. I don't think necessarily a European model, while more compassionate, more sane, and better in a lot of respects, is philosophically necessarily the model. I believe more in jobs programs, and I'm planning to make a video about that sometime. By the way, another American thing, it's Thanksgiving. When we thank the Indians for the country they, gave us, not so willingly. Um, Thanks for helping us out when we were starving, um, especially considering what we were going to do. It was awful big-hearted. Um, but it's a good holiday for giving thanks, but it's an ironic holiday. The president, we eat turkey, generally eat turkey on Thanksgiving. The president pardons 2 turkeys, which I hate. It's kind of like a human sacrifice almost kind of idea. It's like, we're going to kill millions of turkeys, so let's feel good about it, we'll pardon this one. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't mean to offend you, but I react emotionally to emotional issues. When I saw you saying let's incentivize the old people to work, I had a reaction. I think it's almost even worse to say let's incentivize the young people by uh, letting people that lost their nest egg, whether it be because of the corruption of Enron and their investment went away, or because they gambled their nest egg. Let's punish them to incentivize the young people to still keep working. That's not how I think it works. That's not that kind of positive negative behavioralism. It isn't really healthy. Okay, it's not the way to create a healthy society, in my view. So, but anyway, cheers.